that translates to probably $1 trillion or something in wealth. Last 5 days. I mean, so you see here now, you can see a more pronounced jump in the asset prices that occurred today. Look at this. Look at what happened today when the Fed chair spoke. When he spoke this morning, everything kind of went bananas. And then here, the last month, you got a slight increase. And here, you got 5% for the last 6 months. Year to date, about 6 or 7%. So the year, I wouldn't say the year is an amazing year, right? You've had some pretty dark times, but actually, really, if you think about it, last week when we were in prime class and we were talking about selling stock options to make money and all that, we were dealing with a downturn. And one of the things I was mentioning to you all about downturns is, what do I always say? I always tell you, this too shall pass. And one of the things about being an investor is you have to have plans, right? So you make plans, and when you make those plans have to be something that allows you to be a step ahead of everybody else. What the market tends to do is most investors in the market, they use the stock market like it's a casino, and they also they even use the casino in the wrong way. So what they do is they tend to buy more after everything goes up. They tend to be reactive instead of proactive. They make their move after the gun as opposed to making it before the gun. So they'll go and they'll see a stock take off. They're watching the headlines right now. The headlines are like, "Oh my God, stock market's going crazy. So much money's being made. Woohoo!" And they're jumping in right now to buy all these stocks, which actually I really will say to you that I believe some of you may want to sell. Not for sure, not completely, but you may want to sell some stock options. Look, if you got that call option that you've been trying to put out there, that long-term, deep out of the money call option that you normally couldn't sell, well, now might be the time to sell it. Now might be the time to go pick up that cash, have them run you your check, because I can tell you that the market has a pattern of overreacting. And so the overreaction tends to show itself when you have amazing days like this, and the market, 1 minute, the stock market's, going ballistic, and then the next minute it's going ballistic in the other direction. And so I'm not telling you what's going to happen tomorrow. No one can predict short-term movements in the stock market. I'm telling you. So don't believe anybody that tells you that they can predict what a stock is going to do. Again, my background. I've been doing this for 30 years. I have a whole doctorate in this. I study this like a scientist. And so so basically, a lot of people will tell you, they can tell you, oh, this stock is going to do this and do that. Nobody knows. The only thing they can tell you for sure is what the stock has already done. And what the research says is that the market collectively tends to overreact. So right now, when you see these crazy headlines, here's what's happening. In the stock market, you got your sharks and you got your fish. The sharks eat the fish, meaning the fish give money. The fish make donations to the sharks. The fish are the ones who come into the market. They do it the wrong way because they weren't listening to somebody who understands what's going on. They're listening to their favorite influencer who lives in his mama's basement. And they come in and they're buying all these stocks that when they're at exactly the wrong time. They buy when things are up because they're reacting to a market movement. So they're seeing headlines like this, and they're like, oh, I want to get a piece of this. FOMO kicks in, fear of missing out. And so they start buying. And what the sharks are doing is the sharks are actually the ones that are selling at that time. And then the sharks are also the ones when everybody else is selling, when everything goes south. Like last week when everybody else was selling, I was buying my black ass off. I was buying. This is another reason why my wife's going to give me some extra kisses. She already tells me that I'm tall, dark, and handsome.